Welcome to Bookshop Bombshells. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Andrea.
And this is a podcast where
we each read a book.
And we tell you about it.
And we don't give you any spoilers.
Yeah, just in case you want to read it.
So, yeah, welcome.
Welcome. Anything new happening with you since we last spoke?
No. I mean...
Any good side books?
No. The book I read this week took away side book time.
Yeah. My audiobooks are always my side books. Which I did listen to, I'm not done with it, but I started the Village Library Demon
book.
Demon Hunting Society.
Oh, I can look and
I believe that is the title. It's a very long title.
It is a very long title.
I did start it. I do love the the audio.
The audio is really nice.
Yeah, the audiobook narrator, whatever they're called. She's just a sweet sounding old lady. Like, I really like it.
She's gonna be my grandma.
Yeah, it definitely reminds me of Miss Marple. I love all of her references. She even has a Buffy reference. Yeah. I was like so excited.
When I was like,
she said Buffy.
I was like, yep. Elizabeth, she's gonna love it.
And then what else? Well, I'm gonna do this book next time, but I picked up an audiobook that really surprised me. Ooh. And I think I might start doing this where I start listening to books on audiobook, and then if I'm like, oh, this will be great for the podcast, like kind of stop reading and then pick it up in book form.
See, I thought about that too, especially after the one that I just did. So
yeah, because I started and I was like, the book was so good, but it was also one of those books that it's not like a super silly fun book. So it's like I would catch myself being like, oh wait, what just happened? And I would be rewinding a lot, and I was like, I just need to read this. And I was like, I'm gonna do this for the podcast. So I'll do that next time. So I'll tell you more about it then.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about that one.
But dude, I'm so excited for my book this week. I think you're gonna love it.
Well, you get to go first.
Yeah, I get to go first.
So yes, tell me about it.
I found this book at that floating bookshop.
I haven't been there
here in
yet.
Oklahoma City. It's so cool. I really like it. The dude that runs it's really cool. He always like has a tidbit to say about like the books that we're picking out. So like I don't know if he's like just reading a lot or if he just like knows a lot about his inventory or whatever. But it was actually really funny because, well, I'll tell you because I don't want to like spoil too much. But okay, so I read Hollow Kingdom.
I almost did that one a couple episodes ago.
Have you seen it?
I've seen the cover of the book and I've read like the first page and then like couldn't decide what to read and ended up putting that one down.
It's so good. Okay, so Hollow Kingdom, Kira Jane Buxton, written in 2019. I just put a Goodreads on here of 3.86, which I feel like that's kind of in my sweet spot for Goodreads. But I would have rated this. I probably would have given it like a 4.5, but since Goodreads makes you pick a 4 or 5, I would have picked a 5 because I did absolutely love it.
Okay.
Okay. So chapter 1, we meet St. He lives in Seattle with Big Jim and a bloodhound named Dennis.
Aww.
And he's just, hanging out in the front yard, realizing, like kind of like beating himself up about not seeing the signs. He's remembering when it all happened. Him and Big Jim were hanging out in the yard, and Big Jim had a PBR in his hand. Classic Big Jim. This is like it's one of the funniest books I've ever read.
Okay.
So Big Jim, PBR in hand, and then Big Jim's eyeball just like falls out of his head.
Oh my.
So St. and Big Jim are like looking at each other. They're like, what the fuck just happened? But Dennis doesn't skip a beat, pounces and tries to like catch and eat the eyeball. But before Dennis can grab it, St. swoops in, snatches it up. Big Jim exclaims, "What the fuck?" And that's the last thing that Big Jim ever says. Big Jim goes inside, leaving his Pabst Blue Ribbon unfinished.
Aww.
Which St. points out again, he should have seen the signs. He had noticed some other signs, so Big Jim had started forgetting things, missing appointments, misplacing his wallet and keys, which he blamed St. for since he's a giant klepto. He had become lethargic, and had stopped walking Dennis, which had disastrous consequences. Sorry, I have a lot of quotes in here because it's just like so funny. Which had disastrous consequences for couch cushions. May they rest in peace. So ST then kind of stops the story, and he says he's like kind of hesitant to continue. But he thinks that we deserve to know what happened. He formally introduces himself as Shit Turd, ST for short. And he is a domesticated American crow raised by Big Jim, who taught him the ways of the MoFos, which is what Big Jim is basically his like name for humans, because that's like what Big Jim called people. And he is here to tell us what happened to our kind.
Aww.
So that was chapter 1. So there are a couple chapters. It kind of like in the beginning alternates between chapters where it goes between Shit Turd, which, God, I've just been calling everybody, like all of the like birds I see and all of the, even the cats outside, I've just been calling Shit Turd. It's just such a good name. But it'll go back and forth between Shit Turd's narration and like a domesticated pet.
Oh, okay.
And it's like their point of view from when this like thing starts happening to the humans.
Okay.
So you do meet, and all the pets have cute little names. Like chapter 2, I'm not going to go too much into the side stories, but chapter 2, it's like follows Winnie the Poodle.
Aww.
That was really cute. So back to Shit Turd. In the days after Big Jim's eyeball fell out of his head, Shit Turd is, which I guess I could say ST. It calls him S.
I think
Throughout
Shit Turd
the
is fun.
throughout the book, he refers to himself as ST, and then every now and then he'll be like, "I'm Shit Turd, no, I'm blah blah blah." Like he it's like a badge of pride for him, and it's just like
feathers fluff.
oh
up
yeah,
and
and it
everything.
makes me laugh. Like this book made me laugh so much. So since Big Jim's not doing very well, Shit Turd is finding that he has to pick up the slack around the house. Big Jim is spending all of his time in the basement. He said jabbing his finger into the wall like a rabid raccoon. So Shit Turd's the one feeding Dennis, filling his water bowl. And he's also noticing that like the paperboy isn't coming around anymore. Amazon packages aren't arriving anymore. The Big Butts magazine isn't getting delivered anymore in the mail. And things have gotten weird, and he considers tuning into Aura. So he explains Aura as like, it's like the MoFos internet, but it's more of just like a network and constant flow of information. So it's like the birds chirping and talking. Apparently, like the trees whisper. So it's like how they exchange information.
Okay.
And Aura is more specific to, I think, like the sky. So it is more birds, but it's also trees, because there are other types of communication among the animal kingdom. So he's like considering like maybe I should tap into the Aura and see like what's going on. But usually he doesn't tune into Aura because he has access to the real internet. But these are desperate times. So he braves the Aura, and he just like basically gets silence in return. So an Aura silence can be cause for alarm. So either, there aren't enough birds or trees participating, or there's like a predator that everyone is like collectively hiding from.
Okay.
So silence is bad, and he's like, oh crap. So he's starting to feel like what happened to Big Jim is a wider issue, but he's more concerned about making things better at home, and not to like worry about things going on behind their door.
Yeah.
So it's like him and Big Jim are like a team. It's really cute because like, he's this domesticated crow, and it's like him, Big Jim, and Dennis are like, he calls them like his murder.
Aww.
So they're family. Yeah. And they're a very interesting sounding family. Like Shitturd's like references are hilarious. Like the TV that he watches and the Big Butts magazine is only like one of the first.
Like really silly.
Yeah. So he's been trying to feed Big Jim daily, like bringing him bologna and Funyuns, and his all-time favorite, Cheetos. So Shitturd loves Cheetos. It's hilarious. It's actually he mentions tons of product types in the book, but Cheetos is the only one that's actually like trademarked.
Oh.
Like there's always like the little TM
yeah.
next to Cheetos. Like he just like loves Cheetos, which I agree with. Cheetos
Yes.
are like the best snack. But Big Jim is not showing interest in any of the food. He even tries to roll a Monster Energy drink down the stairs, but Big Jim did nothing but drool, and he's still just like scraping that bloody finger against the wall.
Big Jim.
So you're starting to what's going on? After several days without masturbating, ST declares a state of emergency. So he's like, uh-oh, something is wrong. So he decides he needs to leave the house and get Big Jim some medicine. So he's like a very smart crow. Yeah. He watches a lot of TV. He knows that he knows all the commercials for
the drug ads.
Yeah, he knows all the drug ads. So he sets out to get supplies. Like as he's flying around outside, like things are weird. Like there's like cars crashed into trees. There's like it's like kind of like a madhouse outside. He runs into this murder of what he calls the college crows. They're the largest murder in Seattle. They are out, they live at the University of Washington's Bothell campus. Huh. So this is kind of where we realize that ST is ostracized by other crows. So they're just spitting shit at him, and they're just like, "You're not a real crow," and blah blah blah, and he usually just lets these insults slide off him. He's just like, "I don't care what you think." He associates and believes he's more of a mofo. So he's he believes he should have been born a mofo. He's like, "I don't care about crows. I got my own family. I don't need you." So he finally makes it to a Walgreens. He just gathers up all these medications that look like they could help. And the medications are hilarious. It's Gas X, Dulcolax, Summer's Eve. It's just all these medications.
Random
yeah.
things.
So you're just this is not going to help, but whatever. And so he gathers up all this stuff, puts it in a bag, and starts to leave. So there were a couple mofos in the store when he gets, in the pharmacy when he gets there. Okay. But they're, doing this weird obsessive gathering around the blood pressure machine and, not paying attention to him. So, he's got his medicine. He's, flying off. And the Summer's Eve, ends up falling out of his bag and, lands on the cashier's scanner. And it makes, a loud beep noise. So this, makes all hell break loose with the mofos. And they start screeching and, vaulting at Shitturd. And he's like, "Oh, crap." And he ends up, dropping his bag. And he's like, "Oh." And then, so he, basically, the mofos are more obsessed with the beep than with him. So he's able to,
get away.
Yeah, he's able to, hurry up, get all the stuff back in the bag, hurry up and get out. But it was still very scary for him because he'd never seen the mofos attack like that.
Yeah.
Especially coming after him. He's just usually they're either nice to me or they don't pay attention to me. So what is going on? He's very shaken. So he's heading back to the house and he sees their neighbor. Her name is Nargitha. I will say, every time I read her name, I, just chuckled. I don't know. It's just, the funniest. And he, says it's, some, he's it's some bonkers mix between, Agatha, Margaret, and Narnia. The parents, couldn't decide.
Which one they liked more.
Yeah. And he's, he's, relieved to see a familiar face. But upon closer inspection, he sees Nargitha is eating Triscuits. Triscuits is her miniature schnauzer.
Oh, no.
So ST thinks of Dennis and Big Jim back at the house. So he races back. Thankfully, Big Jim is still obsessively rubbing that finger to a nub.
Oh.
And Dennis is safe in the laundry room. He's laying on a pile of Big Jim's boxers, which he's like been there for days.
Aww.
And he's been eating less and less. And ST knows exactly what's happening because he's seen the Cymbalta commercials. Dennis is depressed.
Oh, no.
So now Dennis, like Big Jim, was in a crisis. So Dennis misses Big Jim, and it's killing him. So he needs to cure Big Jim and, like, save both, like, Big Jim and Dennis.
Yeah.
So he puts 2 projects in action, Project Wellness and Project Happiness. So Project Wellness consisted of trying to drop the medication into Big Jim's mouth daily. It wasn't really going too well, but he was trying. He's doing his best. And then Project Happiness, he used what he learned from Big Jim when Big Jim first domesticated him as like a little baby crow. And he lured him out of the laundry room with like treats. So like he starts with like dog treats and like that doesn't work. And then he like kind of upgrades. And then finally he's like, all right, like, I guess we got to go to Cheetos. Like Cheetos are like the big guns or whatever. And so he ends up like luring Dennis out, thankfully. And in the Cymbalta commercials, he remembers that everyone, like people are always like frolicking. So he decides that like Dennis needs a good frolic, and to him that's like, you know, it's like exercise. He just needs exercise.
Yeah.
And so he takes Dennis outside, and he starts to attempt to do like Big Jim. I don't know. So like parrots can talk, right? I don't know about crows.
They can like mimic slightly, but not.
So apparently, Shit Turd can mimic, at least in a way that Dennis understands. But he does like Big Jim impressions.
Oh, that's
so he does like his fake little like, or his like mimic of Big Jim's whistle is always like zzz.
Oh yeah.
Like he does is like zzz, Dennis, here boy, and he rewards him with treats when he comes. So he's basically
Cheetos?
like, yeah, Cheetos. And he's starting, like, Dennis is like picking up on it, and he's learning, and he's starting to think that like Dennis thinks that Dennis is thinking of him like he did Big Jim, like he's a real mofo, and he's like Dennis is his like dog. Yeah. So one day, ST finds Big Jim's phone while looking for Dennis's Kong toy. And he is like, surely this will perk Big Jim up. Like, he loves his phone. He turns it on, and the phone, like, it chimes on, and then all hell breaks loose again.
Oh, no.
And Big Jim, who's just been, like, doing his own thing down in the basement, starts, like, barreling up the stairs. And ST thinks about Triscuits again, and he realizes he doesn't know where Dennis is.
Oh, no.
And so he panics. He picks up the cell phone with his beak. Like, Big Jim is, like, clamoring loudly up the stairs. He finds Dennis in the living room just as Big Jim reaches the top of the stairs. And Big Jim does not look good. Like, eyes red, like, missing his finger. Like, he looks like the creepy MoFos from the Walgreens. And, of course, Dennis sees Big Jim, and he's, like, excited. And he's like, oh, hey, what's up? He's a big dumb dog. So ST is like, he does like his best Big Jim voice, and he's like, Dennis, sit. Like, he like gets Dennis to stay, and then he quickly flies into the laundry room. Big Jim like chases after him and drops the phone in the laundry room, flies out the window, basically comes back around through the kitchen window, and then like with all of his might closes the laundry room door.
So now he's in the laundry.
So they locked they shut Big Jim into the laundry room. So everything is like silent. And ST finally realizes that he cannot fix Big Jim alone. It's time for them to face the unknown of the outside world.
Aww.
It's time to get answers. And ST knew exactly who they needed to hunt down. And I'm going to end right there.
Ah, what a good cliffhanger.
Yeah. It is a very, like, because it kind of switches back and forth between narration, it, like, leaves you on these, like, cliffhangers, and then you have to, like, listen to this other, or, like, read this other story, so it's, like, so you're like, what's happening? Who's this? Yeah, so it is, like, a very suspenseful book. So good. I forgot to say there's trigger warnings. Animals do die. So be prepared. I cried a lot in this book.
But
Happy
also,
tears, sad tears, lots of tears.
Also one of like the funniest.
Funniest, hilarious. The characters, like I would just like tell my husband about these characters. I'm like, oh, Dennis did this, and like, it's just like you feel like they are like real people. Like they have such great personalities.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's so good. There is a second one. I'm very excited about it because the ending is amazing. I was a little worried about how she was going to end it.
But it went well.
It was so good, yeah. So it's like, I really want to read the second one now. But yeah, it's Hollow Kingdom.
That'll have to be my new
Super good, super funny.
side bit here.
Yeah. There is an audiobook. I haven't checked it out. I may have to listen to the second book on audiobook just so I can consume it.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope I assume you got to pick a good shit turd person, you know?
Yeah.
I assume it would be good.
I hope it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to the first one on audio, so.
All right, what'd you do? What'd you read?
I read a book called Space Opera by Catherynne Valente.
Okay.
It's fun. I would show you a picture, but I don't have it. It's the cover is like this blue and purple spacey colors, you know, but then like the world, it's just like a disco ball in the middle.
Okay.
Space Opera. I wanted to like this book so much.
Oh no. Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't for me. Maybe I just.
Is it sci-fi?
So it was described as like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy Eurovision-esque.
Okay.
And I was like, this
that
could
sounds
be fun.
cool.
Like the title, like space opera.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I could not follow this book
Really?
to save my life. I like read it like the hard read in a book. I started, and then I was like, okay, well, let me switch to audio.
Yeah.
So I like was going back and forth, like rereading stuff, and like I spent 2 weeks on this book.
Oh no!
It's just like, you know what? I've already committed this far.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah,
It's fine.
I've done that before. Where you're like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to do this book.
Yeah, I like 5 minutes after I finished it, I was like, I have no idea what I just read.
I hate that. And you're like, why did I read this?
Yeah. But I'm going
to
tell you about it anyway, because like I said, I really wanted to like this book.
Yeah.
It sounds really fun. So to begin, Earth is out there doing its thing. Earth was like formed after something called the Sentient Wars, which they described it as two godlike beings having the most epic fight about who is supposed to take out the trash and who's supposed to do the dishes.
Okay.
So after an eternity of dispute and all of the existence of things, the galaxy decided to resolve the conflict with a giant contest.
All right.
So Eurovision or like America's Got Talent is another, if you don't know what Eurovision is. This is like an intergalactic contest for all of the universe.
Okay.
So you get, you learn all this. So then next we meet Decibel Jones. He's lead singer of Decibel Jones and the Absolute Zeros. The other people in the band are Ort Saint, Ultraviolet. He's an He's an instrumentalist. He plays like 6 different things. And then there's Mira Wonderful Star. She's a drummer and keyboardist. The band's like going strong. And then one night Mira confesses her love to Decibel, but he isn't in the right place for that and kind of brushes it off. Mira dies later in a car accident not far from that point. Which had Decibel kind of wrecked, if you will.
Is Earth still kind of like our Earth?
Yeah, so they're in
in
London.
Okay.
They're like just doing regular Earth things in London. So suddenly, years after the unfortunate solo album that nobody talks about, Decibel is confronted by aliens. Specifically, actually, everybody is confronted by an alien, but the one that confronts him has like flamingo legs and an anglerfish body, and the alien tells him that he has to save Earth by I'm so sorry. He has to save Earth by representing humanity in an intergalactic music competition.
All right. That sounds fair.
So Dustbill's kind of just like, what? Like, what? Also, like, hasn't talked to Ort in a while, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Ort has all of his family. There's, like, a lot of good, like, aliens that are fun in it. The author does, like, it's a fun-sounding world. I just could not follow it. There's like a time-jumping red panda alien who kind of like shows up whenever he feels like it. Ort comes back, so the band is mostly back together. So everybody's saving the Earth in this big O singing competition. And that's just like the premise of it. That was like the first part of the book that like I could follow, and then it just kind of dropped after that.
Oh no.
I really wanted to like it.
Yeah.
And maybe I try to read it again.
Yeah.
In
You
like
don't have to.
a year or two.
Life's too short. Remember, life's too short to read a bad book.
It's true. But I mean, like it got like a 3.45 on Goodreads.
So not bad.
So it was like not the worst, and I guess it was like I was like, how common is it? Is it just me, or like do people really have a hard time following it? And it was a real thing.
I have okay, so this is gonna like I hope this doesn't like hurt people's feelings. I don't know if it'll hurt their feelings or change their perception of me. But like so Ursula K. Le Guin,
Yeah.
I have really wanted to get into her a lot. Because she's like a female sci-fi writer. I'm like, this is cool. But like I've tried multiple of her books, and it's like it's like kind of hard to follow. It's kind of hard to like, and I started another book on audiobook that's like another sci-fi book, and I think I have these like, it sounds cool, I want to read it, and then I start it and I'm like, oh no, I don't think this is for me. So I wonder if we have the same thing where it's like, I like the premise, that sounds cool, and then it's like, oh, this is, I don't know.
I mean, I thought the premise of the plot line was great, but then when it came to actually like reading it, she does a lot of like trailing off and explaining like alien backgrounds,
and you're like, I don't care.
And I feel like the story and the plot didn't actually like happen until the very end of the book. So I was just like, I was kind of worried because I was like, I've spent like 2 weeks on this book.
Yeah.
And like I've read it and I've listened to it, and I have to come up with something to say.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's fair to say I read a book and it was meh.
It was meh. And I felt like maybe I was like, you know what? I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to try to like cram in a book. Like, we're just going to talk about it, and that's fine.
Yeah. No, I the one thing like I really do like about this podcast that sometimes pays off and sometimes maybe doesn't is like I have the worst habit of, if I'm not into a book or if I'm just busy and I am not currently reading a lot.
Yeah.
Like just putting a book down for like ever. And even like, so The Searcher was a good example because like that was a book that I really liked. And honestly, Project Hail Mary too. I like started both those books, really liked them. And then like life happened. And I didn't have a podcast forcing me to like read all the time. And then by the time it's like, you know, like a year later and you're like, well, I don't really remember what was going on. So like I need to like start from scratch. I don't want to do that. Like, and so like, maybe it's a good thing that you're forced to finish these books, and maybe it's...
I came out of it and was just like, you know, you could have read this one or this one. You've got like a long list of books.
Yeah.
You didn't have to commit.
Well, but like once you like, it does kind of suck because like we do only have 2 weeks to read a book.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it takes you a while to be like, I don't care about this book. Like, you want to give a book, like, a good, hard try. Like, I tried.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't really have enough time to give multiple books a good
try.
try.
And that's like me for this podcast. Like I told myself you can't do this anymore. I will like start and get maybe 25 pages into a book and be like, well, I don't know if I'm feeling this, and then but I'll do that to like 4 books, and I'm like, you just need to read something then. And then I'm panicking because I'm like 3 days away from recording, and I'm like, I need to read a 300-page book. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
But so I think that's what I'm like glad you said. You were like, maybe I start an audio and then be like,
yeah, I like that kind of approach, because then you can just be like driving to work, giving books a shot, and being like, okay, I like this.
I'll pick it up.
I'm gonna pick this up.
And if it's something that maybe
and you can like check out a couple books on Libby and just like
that's
listen to the first like 30 minutes.
See how you feel about it.
Because I think 30 minutes. Well, I don't know, maybe an hour. I was trying to like judge my reading speed. And I think it's like an hour I can read like 50 pages or something like that. Yeah. I don't know if that's good or not, but I don't think it's good.
That's about my average, I think.
But it is like like sometimes when you are like cramming to like finish a book, you're like, okay, how many hours is it going to take me to finish this book?
If I start at this time.
Yeah, like can I finish this by the time to record tomorrow?
But like I don't know.
So what would you rate it? Like would it be in the 2s?
Girl, I didn't know. Yes, I would say like a 52.
A 52. I think you just made up a new word. I like it. Okay.
Hefty and terrible. A
thefty two.
I don't know what I read.
Which is like impressive to me because like I don't think I would finish a 2. But like you kind of have to.
I think that's the lowest rating I've given a book.
Yeah. Because I'm like I won't finish it if I don't like it. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. It is though. It's like kind of like I'm always like life is too short to read bad books.
Yeah.
And
there's so many books out there.
And this is why.
Yeah.
It's because like I killed 2 weeks. I could have been reading something. I could have been reading another Road to Roswell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I do get in. I was thinking about this today. Like I do get in these like sort of slumps in books where I feel like there aren't enough good books.
Well, and I think...
and it's like usually when I have a couple in a row that I'm like, oh, this is not for me. Yeah. But then like recently, like with like Hollow Kingdom, and then the other book that I started too, like I'm like, oh no, there are like good books out there. We just have to like find them.
So it's the finding of. It's like when
I've been doing a lot of Reddit. Reddit suggests me a book is really good.
That's not bad.
That's not how I found Hollow Kingdom, but that's how I found my other book. And I'm like, okay, I need to start paying attention to some of these.
I don't know. I feel like I've read some great books in the last, like, we'll call this a season.
Yeah.
But then I feel like I've started a lot of.
Yeah, same.
Things
not
that I'm
great
just
books.
like, am I just not in the mood for this?
Well, I think that's the point of this podcast, or at least what we're trying to do, is to help people
find,
like, cut through the crap.
Yeah,
like we're sort of cutting through the crap for them. Because I do think if we didn't have this podcast, I would be finding these like so meh books, and then being like, well, what's the point of reading? I didn't like that last book I read.
Yeah,
where it's like,
well, that's how you get into slumps. Where like I probably read like a book a month on average before we started doing the podcast, and I'd like to read more. Like I legitimately enjoy reading.
Same, yeah.
But then like if I hit a slump, I'll go months without it.
Yeah, and a lot of times you don't have good book recommendations, or like. Sometimes you do have friends that also read, but it's like they're not your style, and you're like, I don't want to read that.
Like, that doesn't.
That's not for me. I know that's not for me. So yeah, we're doing the Lord's work.
We're doing our part. So if you think space opera,
we're trying our best to find the best books. And sometimes,
sometimes it's hard.
What was that one I read? The circus one?
Oh, Night Circus.
Night Circus. That was one. I think that's the one that stands out to me the most of like a book that I probably wouldn't have finished.
Yeah.
But had to.
Whereas, like, even the books that I, like, gave lower ratings, I think for, like, just what we've read here, like, I've had some that were kind of like, meh. And, like, the more I think on them, I'm like, I actually, you know, I didn't have the best time reading it, but thinking about it later, it's like, it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But then, like, there's this one where I'm just like,
Well, read Hollow Kingdom for sure.
I will. That's on my to read list.
So
I
good.
found it.
I think the next one's like called Feral Creatures or Feral Animals or something like that.
Space Opera is a series.
Oh, good.
I think
so you
there's
could
a
read
second
more if you like it. I think there's
me-
only 2. I looked. There's only 2 of Hollow Kingdom.
in my rabbit hole of, do other people not like this book? It's like, there's another one. This is a great book. And I was like,
You know.
not everybody reads the same stuff.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And I do feel like sometimes some people are easier to please.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm like impossible to please. Sometimes.
Like, I really want to like Lord of the Rings trilogy, but I cannot.
Careful. You're
I
gonna
know.
offend some people.
I know I will. Like I said, I really wish I could, but like every time I fall asleep, every time I try.
Man, I tried to. So much walking, so much moss, so much just descriptions after descriptions, and I'm character driven and plot driven. Like those are my kind of my 2. Like if you don't have one, you gotta have the other. And
so I get really jealous of my friends that are like, I love The Lord of the Rings and I will read that every year. And I'm just like, I wish I could. I really wish I could.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I have other things I read once a year.
Yeah. Yeah, there's good books. There's books for us.
There is.
Just gotta find them.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
this week I read Hollow Kingdom by Kira Jane Buxton.
And I read Space Opera by Catherynne M. Valente.
Cool. Is it Valente?
Valente. I was trying to make it sound really cool.
Yeah.
It's the least I could do.
I know. Like, you have a cool name.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. See you in 2 weeks.
See ya.
Bye.